Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here for a while. For today's video, we are going to be discussing the downside of sharing frugal living here on YouTube and some of the comments I've received as a low-income content creator who does speak primarily about living on a budget and living a frugal life. And I hope this video will just clear up any confusion as well as stereotypes that others may have about those living on a low income. I will also be sharing this amazing espresso machine that was sent to me from the company AM's Chef. So let me tell you a little bit about that, and then we will discuss frugal living and my life as a content creator who talks about living on a low income. So when AM's Chef reached out to me and asked me if I would like a free espresso machine to share on my channel, I said, yes, sign me up. I felt like this was a blessing. I've been wanting one of these for literally years. And so I just want to say thank you, AM's Chef, for sending me this. This espresso machine is very easy to use. You can do a single shot espresso, a double shot espresso. There is a frother function. It is very, very easy to use if you've never used a espresso machine like me. And it just creates the absolute perfect espresso. Even my husband, who drinks a lot of takeout coffee because he works, he loves the espressos that I make in here, and he actually asked if I could start making them entirely so that we don't have to spend any more money on takeout coffee, because when he works it can get expensive if he does buy his coffee while he's out. And so this is just a really delicious and affordable alternative to buying takeout coffee. Like I said, it is very easy to use. The features are super simple and the screen is so clear that everything is just very easily readable and just very easy to use. So I will leave this linked in the description. Thank you so much, AM's Chef, for reaching out to me with this amazing espresso machine. I am so grateful. This has been my favorite Christmas gift, so thank you. So I like to keep my espressos very simple. I just do a double shot. I heat about half a cup of almond milk on the stove, and then I actually use the frother for the warm almond milk to make it nice and foamy. I add a little bit of monk fruit sweetener and a little bit of pure vanilla extract. And my husband actually said that this espresso tastes better than any takeout coffee he's had. And so we will definitely be making many delicious warm drinks this winter with this espresso machine. Again, thank you, AM's Chef, for sending me this product. And if you guys want an affordable espresso machine, make sure you go and check my description. This is a great price. For Canadian, I believe it is listed at $135. I may be wrong a little bit, but I still think that's an amazing price for an espresso machine. They can be quite expensive. If you know, you know. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna film the other half of this video as a voiceover while I'm like doing some cleaning, but I decided I'm just gonna do a quick little vlog clip that will probably be around a few minutes, because there's something I really want to talk about on my channel, and I feel like I just don't know if I could have enough footage to cover it in the way I could literally just talk to you guys face to face. So one thing I wanted to talk about is being a content creator and being a frugal content creator and the very mean comments I receive. Not just me, literally everybody I follow loads of frugal content creators, or moms on a low income, or moms who just choose to live more frugal, budget-friendly lives. And I've noticed every single one of us gets the same kind of comments, judgmental comments, people chirping where they shouldn't be, and just overall having this very stereotypical view of people who say they're living on a low income, or people who are living on a low income. I just want to say, I've explained this before, and it kind of pains me to have to keep explaining this. We live on a low income, okay? We are very blessed. We have a very affordable rent, and I would just count as very blessed. If you have been here for a while, I literally talk about living on a low income in a positive way. I am content to live frugally. I choose to live within my means. But I also spend money, and I don't think that's a problem. And let me talk to you guys about why. You might notice, okay, my tone of voice, it's not the most uplifting right now. And that's because I'm honestly fed up. I am fed up of receiving constant critical comments over literally everything that I ever purchase. People commenting in my commenting section being like, aren't you living on a low income? And I'm gonna address those recent comments. I don't remember if I deleted this or not, but if you were the one who left this comment, here's my reply to you and others who think like you. Okay, I recently bought a Starbucks Christmas drink for, I think it was around $6, to be honest. And let me just start by saying, not worth $6, just my opinion. But in the video, I clearly said, I've never had a Starbucks Christmas drink. That's because I don't spend $6 on coffee. I don't do this every single day. Me, I would feel crazy doing that because I live on a low income and I live on a pretty moderate tight budget. So for me to go do that, I would be broke really quickly. But with that being said, frugality is very different for every single budget. There might be homes where they are very frugal in other areas, and that affords them the luxury of being able to afford a $6 coffee. For me, it just does not make sense. I have 3 children to provide for, and we do live solely on my husband's income, as well as the Canadian child tax benefit and all of those other benefits in Canada. And that's what we live on, okay? We are very blessed. We have a decent rental home that we rent, and I'm very privileged. I do not feel underprivileged, and I do not feel like I lack gratitude for what God's blessed me with. With that being said, I do live on a tight budget, and I am, for the most part, very frugal and very careful with my money. Let me just start by saying this, okay? I'm an adult, okay? I am an adult, and my husband is an adult, and he earns the majority of our money, but we are adults. We do not need, nor does any other person on a low income, need judgmental people telling them how they should spend their money. I don't need you to tell me how to spend my money. To me, it feels so patronizing when I read those comments and certain people are telling me, how are you gonna talk about frugal living on your channel, but yet you're saying you visit Starbucks? That's not very frugal. Let me just back it up, girl, okay? Or boy, whoever left that comment. But this is not only to that comment. I've received many, and so does every other frugal living, low income content creator I know receives the same comments. But let me just say, first off, I'm not a child. I do not need you to tell me how to manage my money. It's not your business. And to leave me comments like, how are you affording a $6 coffee? I actually never spend $6 on coffee. It's just not my thing. But I was really curious, and I don't even want to explain this because I feel like I don't have to explain myself to anyone, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I'm a YouTuber. I chose to post videos about frugal living. So I guess it means I owe you guys an explanation of everything I do in my life. So here it is. I don't shop at Starbucks ever. It's very expensive. But my mom and I were out one day and she said, let's visit Starbucks. We decided to try, actually I think she just got a regular coffee. I decided I really want to try peppermint mocha. We had just got paid that day. It was payday. I decided, you know what? I will take the $6 from my grocery budget and I will buy a coffee. And I did that. And because of that, for some reason, somebody felt the need to tell me how I shouldn't make frugal living content and basically just condemning me for paying for a coffee, but meanwhile using the food bank. Let me just say, food bank here, it's based on your monthly income. I do use the food bank. Do I use it all the time? No. And I've told you guys that if you've been here, and maybe you haven't been here for a while, so whatever. And I could say I shouldn't fault you for this, but I am gonna fault you for this. And the reason is I don't believe any person has a right to criticize a grown woman or a man for how they spend their money, regardless if I make frugal living content. I do make frugal living content because I do want to encourage others to live within their means and be content with what God has given them. But let me just say, money is not the devil. Spending money is not the devil. And I don't live in fear if I spend $6 on a coffee once in a while. I refuse to live my life in that kind of rigid way of thinking. So although I won't be having a daily coffee from Starbucks because it is just not in my budget, I will occasionally treat myself. I will buy new things when I'm able to, when we get paid. And sometimes, like, you do buy things in life, like we all buy things. And maybe you don't, maybe you do live in a box. I'm assuming you don't, because how are you on your cell phone if you are living in a cardboard box? I don't really know. But if you choose to live in a box, go you. If that's gonna save you money and that's what you wanna do, thumbs up. I like to make my house a home on a budget and buy things as I'm able to. And yes, I do visit the food bank once in a while when I need to, because I don't always have money. But just because I once in a while spend money, I don't think that just entails that I never struggle. There's ups and downs. Like, there are seasons of plenty and seasons of little. That's just how it is when you're living on a single income. Sometimes you do get a little boost and you're able to afford a little bit extra, and sometimes you are in the negative, and that's just how it is when you live paycheck to paycheck. So I really want to keep this a very positive environment here on my channel. But you know what? If you choose to leave a mean comment on my channel, or a judgmental, stereotypical comment on my channel about how you think I should be spending my money, and just overall having a patronizing tone with me, I am going to take a minute to address you and say, please mind your business. I don't owe you an explanation for every time I spend money. And if you don't like my content, please feel free to unsubscribe. I'm not forcing anyone here. I will continue to talk about frugal living because, one, frugality is very different for everybody, and I will always be a frugal person even if I make more money in the future. If we do end up living on two incomes, if I decide to go out and work, which is very hard, by the way, in Canada, to work when you have children, and it's just because of lack of job availability and lack of daycare availability. And yes, my kids are in school, but a lot of places, they don't want to hire you for 4 hours a day or less, or only hire for weekends. Like, that's just, you know what I mean? They're gonna obviously go with the person who has a more flexible schedule. But regardless, that's a different video for another time. I just want to say this: even if I were to make loads of money, I would still choose to live frugally. And that's why I will always talk about frugality and living within your means here on my channel, because I enjoy encouraging others to be content with what they have. And I believe that is a Christian value. And I just don't believe in living in excess. But me choosing to have a nice little holiday drink or buy myself something nice once in a while does not mean that I've completely lost my morals in terms of living frugally. Rigid frugality and having this extreme mindset is incredibly, in my opinion, it's kind of a dangerous way to think, because I just don't believe in living our lives every day in guilt and condemnation over spending money. I think money is a blessing. I think it's meant to be used, and it's meant to be appreciated and valued, not valued over our morals. But we do have money because it does meet our needs, and we all have needs, and there's just nothing wrong with spending money. And I think having this rigid sort of perspective, all it does is really separate communities, I think, and really drive a wedge between people. There's just no need for it, okay? So I don't know, maybe I'm getting off topic here. This is not scripted. I am just speaking from the heart right now, and so maybe you guys won't like entirely what I have to say today, but I do want to say this. Frugal living for me means living within my means and being content with what I have. And sometimes I do have less and I visit the food bank, and other times I have more and I do not. And literally, you're just seeing 1 week where maybe I have a little bit more and 1 week where I have a little bit less, and it is what it is. But me buying a drink once in a while really is not gonna make or break my budget or really interfere with my need to visit the food bank once in a while, because even if I didn't buy that $6 drink one time a month, for example, I would still probably need to visit the food bank. So that's all I have to say today. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry if this video is not my typical content where it's a more positive vibe, but I need to address this because it's not just me dealing with these critical, rigid comments. It's everybody out there who's making frugal living content. I know I'm not alone. Most of the people I follow are frugal living YouTubers, and so I watch a lot of these videos, and I see the comment section, and it's not just me, and it really annoys me every time I even read the judgment towards other people who live on a lower income. But yeah, guys, I'm really sorry. I love to be a positive light on my channel. I want my channel to be a place of encouragement, and I just really hope you guys can understand the tone of this video and understand why I am choosing to put this out there. But I hope my videos in the future can just be an encouragement to you to be happy within your means. And I'm just trying to get by the day today. I'm not afraid of money. Honestly, I don't want to be low income forever. I really hope there is a time in my life where things are a lot easier financially and we don't have to worry as much. And yeah, but that's all for today's video, guys. This is really long. This is going on 13 minutes. I'm so sorry. Go and check out Sam's Chef for their espresso maker that was sent to me. So generous of them. And there you go. I won't be buying so much Starbucks, guys, because I had a perfectly good espresso machine gifted to me. So thank you, Am's Chef, for doing that. I really appreciate it. They will be linked in the description if you guys want to check them out. This espresso machine is perfect if you're on a budget. But yeah, that is it. I have to end this video. It's way too long. I will see you guys in the next one.